Now do bottom 50 games. I feel like I'd have an easier time with the top 20 worst games I've ever played. I've kind of done that before to a lesser degree. Number 1's super easy, but I don't think they're going to have half of these. Well, they got it. Super Fight's the worst game I've ever played. It's not even close. It's a $200 game. It's just a scam. It's a single level, which happens to just be a Unity asset. You play as 2 characters, which are exactly the same, just assets. They have 2 moves. It's an actual 45-second game. The worst game ever made is objectively Super Fight. Second place, Big Rigs Over the Road Racing. This game was like not a AAA game, but an actual studio released it as opposed to one lobotomite with Super Fight. And this game also just doesn't work at all. Are we counting games anyone can upload to Steam? No. Super Fight's the only one I'm making an exception for. They also just re-released Big Rigs Over the Road Racing. But this is actually probably the worst, like, real released game. This is where the "Your Winner" meme comes from. It's actually just nothing. It's empty. And you can gather infinite speed if you go backwards. If you reverse it, you can break the fucking speed of light. There's also no physics or anything, you're just magnetized to the ground, and there's nothing to stop you from just going out of the map and over the hills. Over the road racing, as the name advertises. I think this is handily the second worst game ever made. Third place. This is where it's going to get a little complicated. This isn't a recency bias thing. I think it has to be Concord. A monumental failure the likes of which the entertainment industry has never seen before. A colossal flop that died in 2 weeks, lasted less than a mosquito's lifespan, and has become the actual gold standard go-to insult for any flop since. So I think it's got to be Concord in the top 5 worst games ever made. No doubt in my mind. Number 4. Ooh, this is tough. I was going to say Gollum, but I don't think Gollum. I think there's a couple better options. I think I'm gonna have to give it to E.T. This one is a classic. The game's so bad that they buried copies out in a desert. Almost solely responsible for the video game crash. Nearly ruined gaming entirely from being so turbo shitty. E.T. 100%. This was Concord of the late 80s. I think it was the late 80s, right? I'm almost positive. Let me double check. Oh, early 80s. Classic bad game. It is. It's a miracle gaming survived past it. Also made a video on this puppy a long time ago as well. I'm literally like a fucking archaeologist for dog shit gaming. I played pretty much all of them, even the ones no one's ever heard of, like Super Fight. I remember you have Gene Rain at like a 2% on MoistCr1tikal. Yeah, that's definitely going to go in the top 20, but not top 5. And probably at the number 5 slot would have to be Superman 64, I think. Another classic bad game. This one, I think, was most people's first foray into poop. Like, this came out on the N64. Everyone loves Superman. Kids are big Superman fans. Here comes a Superman game. Everyone's excited. Turns out, it's unplayable. It is just horrible. I think this is probably a lot of people's first time being actually disappointed by something. Like, since the day you gained sentience, this was probably your first experience of just being, like, actually let down. It's, yeah, most people's first awful game. How could you forget it? Greed of Men and Kong? Huh? Sonic 06. Ooh, Sonic 06 is good. I don't know if I put it this high, though. What I will put this high, though, is actually Gollum. I think there are worse games than Gollum, but Gollum is a pretty special one. I think Gollum was also ahead of its time. Now we get shitty games that flop catastrophically every couple of months. When Gollum came out and embarrassed itself, that was pretty special. Everyone was shooting spitballs at it. It is mind-numbingly boring. It is actually a chore and torturous to play through. And it was so bad that the studio shut down before they ever even got the chance to try and fix it or expand upon it. And it was a studio that, prior to Gollum, actually made pretty well-received games. But this one was such a blemish on its record, they terminated the studio. The Walking Dead Game Mill. That wouldn't be my Game Mill choice. Game Mill's got worse games. Ride to Hell Retribution. Yeah, I think you're onto something with that. Oops. Wow. Ride to Hell Retribution, I think, was YouTube community's first experience with, like, a trendy shitter. This was a game that a ton of YouTubers made content on solely because of how bad and silly it was and how cringe it was. It is a horrible game, and I think it was kind of the start of people, like, playing bad games for the sake of them being bad as, like, the entertaining factor for it. Like, outside of Angry Video Game Nerd. The Day Before count? The Day Before absolutely counts. Redfall and Duke Nukem Forever. Ooh. Duke Nukem Forever before Redfall. Duke Nukem Forever probably doesn't need any introduction. This game was in development hell for the longest time. It finally comes out. Everybody hates it. It is a far cry from what made Duke Nukem fun. It's also a game that has almost nothing but static turret shooting sections. There's like 1,000 of those bitches in there for no reason. It lost everything that people wanted for Duke Nukem. Skull Island Rise of Kong. So that's interesting, because Rise of Kong was going to be my choice for a Game Mill game in here. You can really take your pick of the litter. Game Mill has nothing but shitty games to offer. It's just, for me, when I think of Game Mill, like that Game Mill seal of quality, the prestige, the game that pops in my head is Rise of Kong. But you can pretty much put anything from Game Mill there, and it'd be fine. Anthem is such a good call, yeah. I hate Anthem. I still remember playing the beta, not being able to get into the beta, making fun of it for that, getting into the beta, being bored by it, criticizing it, saying this game's not very good, I'm not expecting much for this to come out, getting absolutely annihilated by the Anthem defenders on Reddit, only for the game to come out and be exactly how it was in the beta. And yet we still haven't moved on from this. Like the frontal lobe has still not developed enough over this period of time where people still think when a beta releases 2 months before the full game that somehow all of the problems in the beta are somehow going to be fixed in the full release. Motherfucker, 2 months is not nearly enough time to make a bad game like Anthem good. It never stood a chance. Babylon's Fall. Babylon's Fall should definitely be in the top 20. I agree. I'm one of the few people that ever even played this game, Dankin and myself, and Scoots. Scoots hopped in with us as well, I believe. This came from one of my favorite developers, Platinum Games. It's a live service game, or at least it was supposed to be. It only lived for like a month, and what was its peak player count? Let me pull it up. Its all-time peak player count was 1,188, but within like the first week it was down to like 20 players. 3 of them being me, Dankin, and Scoots. It was just a really bad game across the board. There was nothing good about it. The Culling 2. Culling 2 100% has to be here. This is a game that actually just didn't work. This game flopped in such like a big way that you couldn't even play it because there weren't enough players to fill the lobby, thus the game wouldn't start. I love the story of the Culling 2. That one's also pretty special. It's a shame too because the first Culling game was actually really good. It was pretty ahead of its time with the whole Hunger Games Battle Royale style. And then Culling 2 rolls around. It's unplayable. Nobody wanted to play it. You couldn't get a game going. Does Radical Heights count? I think Culling 2 is much worse than Radical Heights. Radical Heights was kind of embarrassing, but there was fun to be had with it. Like, yes, it was a bad game, but you could still enjoy it. You could still appreciate its silliness. Even though it was like completely untextured buildings and everything, it was still fun. Yeah, the day before I'm gonna definitely put in here. Oh, they don't even have the... Oh, here it is. Day before, used a bunch of fake trailers and fake gameplay to become the #1 wishlisted game on Steam. Game eventually comes out after a lot of hoopla for a long time, and it is absolutely nothing like it was advertised to be. Not even the same genre, looks completely different, barely functions as a game. It's fraudulent, borderline criminal, and the rest is history. Probably Skull and Bones. I don't think Skull and Bones is the worst. Like, it's not a top 20 worst game ever made. I think the only reason I would put Skull and Bones here, and I'm not confident I'm going to do it or not yet. Right now it's just lingering. But the only reason I might do it is because of Ubisoft calling it the first quadruple A game when it is actually probably the worst ship combat game on the market. But there are significantly worse games than Skull and Bones. Atlas might be worse. Atlas is definitely worse. Actually, you're right. I forgot about Atlas. Everyone forgot about Atlas. The Saints Row reboot? I don't know if that'd be a top 20 worst game. I think we have to go for the, like, actual landmark dog shit games, like Sonic 06. Easily the worst Sonic game. Barely works. It's just a downgrade of everything Sonic up until that point. Bad game. Hunt Down the Freeman. Oh my god, I forgot all about that. I totally forgot about this. Another borderline scam game. Holy shit. This was the game where, like, they had YouTubers voice act for it. And the game is just terrible. Oh my god, I totally forgot about this. It's been so long. Did I stream this game, didn't I?
Mitch, look. Mitch, please. Mitchell, look, I can explain.
You lied to me.
No, that wasn't the deal. He told me. Mitch, please.
You betrayed me. You used me.
No. This is good stuff.
Up my face. And now,
Mitch, please. I can explain.
you have my permission to die.
Man, it has been so long since I played that game. Not only has it been so long since I played that game, it's been so long since I've even thought about that game's name. That has to go on top 20 worst games. Holy shit, I forgot about that. Nah, I hate Starfield, but it's not in the top 20 worst games. Definitely not. Would Redfall or Yandere Simulator go up there? Ooh, that's tough. See, now we're getting to the part where it gets hard because we only have 5 slots left. Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash. I think that might be a little too recency biased. Because I think Jump Force is a worse game than Curse Clash. So if we're gonna go for, like, the worst anime fighter, it would be Jump Force, not Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash. Flat Out 3 or Fast and Furious Crossroads. Flat Out 3, lowest rated game on Steam for the longest time. Still might be. But playing the game, it's just like an averagely shit game, not like a special shit game. Don't know if I'd put the in top 20. Fast and Furious Crossroads, however, That I would. That game is fucking horrible. Metal Gear Survive. Ooh, another good option. Suicide Squad, like, there's worse games. That game was just really boring. But it lost Warner Bros. $200 million. So it's kind of like Concord, but not as bad of a game as Concord. Don't know if I'd put it in top 20. Yeah, I think Gene Rain. I think Gene Rain definitely needs to be here. How many covers of Gene Rain are there? This was just basically a bootleg Gears of War game. I also think I'm probably one of the only people on the planet that ever even played it. Kind of similar to Super Fight in that respect. That shit was terrifyingly bad. I wasted so much time on that garbage. By that I mean I wasted like 6 hours on that garbage. Biomutant. I was thinking Biomutant, but nah. There's definitely worse games that could go on here. Pokemon Scarlet Violet. Nah, not quite. Action 52. Oh, another OG classic bad game. Holy fuck. Bubsy 3D. I was thinking about Bubsy. Bubsy's another one of those iconic stinky games, but the only reason I might not put Bubsy there is I watched an incredible video essay on a guy who literally lives in Bubsy 3D. I say literally, and yet I'm just exaggerating. There is someone who has put like fucking 6,000 hours into Bubsy 3D. What is his name? I don't think it's Nitro Red. Nitro Rad. That's not the video. It's only like a year old. Oh yeah, there it is. Ulilia. This. Someone named Ulilia has thousands of hours in Bubsy 3D. It's actually impressive.
World to see. Video games integrated into every aspect of his life. He was discovered very early on in the early 2000s and has since had a ton of aspects of his life documented.
And all of it's in Bubsy 3D. It actually made me appreciate Bubsy 3D. What about Artifact? Oh, yep, absolutely. We gotta put Artifact in there. Yep. Artifact, open to collective boos. This thing was dead in the womb. When Valve announced this, everyone booed it. The game came out to crickets. The only legacy Artifact has is that after the game was closed down, the Twitch category for Artifact got used for just playing movies and pirated content for watch parties. Nobody ever liked this game. Nobody even remembers the game, they just remember the Twitch category. Artifact absolutely in the top 20. Only goes to show, didn't even think of it until the very end here. That should be much higher though. Crime Boss Rockhay City. There's definitely shittier games, but that one is special because I got every big, like, every A-list is a generous term, voice actor they could, or actor to voice in the game. And it was terrible. See, Payday 3, I think, can comfortably go in here. But the thing is, I didn't play it. I had no interest in playing it because everyone hated it. But it went from Payday 2, everyone loving it, Payday 2 being a video game darling. The industry constantly parading around Payday 2 as like the golden boy. Then Payday 3 finally comes out. Lot of hype. Everyone hates it. It's just a shell of its former self. But I didn't play it. Yes! Balan Wonderworld. Yes! Comes from an iconic video game legend. Straight from his ass, he delivered this stinker. The worst platformer in the modern age. Absolutely, Balan Wonderworld's gotta be here. We got one more spot, and it's gotta be another, like, really meaningful shitter, I think. Because I feel like we're definitely missing something. No, we already have Game Mill on here. I'm not doing just like the Steam stinkers. I have one on here. But other than that, I'm not really doing them. Mighty Number 9. Well, that's another interesting story, but it's also one that I didn't really play much. Kinect Adventures. We cannot have this list without Kinect on there. Can we all agree the Kinect in its entirety would be the top, like, the number 20 worst thing ever made for gaming? That is actually such a good call on that. I think we have to have Kinect as, like, a whole product here. What a fucking disaster. I'm doing Kinect. I'm rounding it out with that. Umbrella Corp's gotta be there. You're gonna hate me for this. Which one is Umbrella Corp's? I don't remember Umbrella Corp.
Its mechanics contradict each other.
I don't remember
Balance is
this.
absurd, controls are clumsy, and it does almost nothing with Resident Evil's lore. Umbrella Corp simply feels lost.
I will say though, watching that made me have to shit. That put a whole poop in my butt. I'll be right back. Give me 1 sec. I actually took such a large shit that my ass hurts. Yikes. You forgot Daikatana. It's the first game that really overmarketed itself. Oh! I did forget Daikatana. Yeah, that was the first game that had a huge marketing push and everybody hated. You're right, I did forget to put Daikatana here. Hey Chase, this is the top 20 worst games list. My top 20 worst games list, so the only accurate one. Do we need another row? No, I'm actually really satisfied with this top 20. I don't think, like, Daikatana could go here, sure. I don't think it needs to. I think this is a really solid top 20 worst. What was that vampire game that came out? Redfall? Redfall could have maybe been here. I just think these are better choices. Like, each one of these has an incredible story behind it. Do you have a top 10 show series list? I do not. There's so many shows that I need to watch, though. I don't even feel comfortable doing that yet. I'm going through and going back to the shows I missed, like Sopranos right now. My favorite show is still Breaking Bad. Doubt that'll change, but we'll see. Oh, you said you like Better Call Saul more. I think Better Call Saul is better in certain aspects than Breaking Bad, but I really do think I like Breaking Bad more. Which is a bigger flop, Unknown 9 or Megalopolis? Oh, it's not even close, man. It's Megalopolis. That is by far the bigger flop. What are some of the best older movies you've seen? Tons of them, brother. What do you mean? Just because they're old doesn't mean that they're bad. A lot of old movies have aged really, really well. You excited for Season 5 of Love, Death, and Robots? I am. Is it true Mr. Beast is going to be in Love, Death, and Robots? Is that real? Or is that just a meme? Chat was saying that the other night. I forgot to ask. Oh my god, it's real. Jesus. That's so odd. It's also Season 4, not Season 5. But that's so odd. I also heard that he's working on a sci-fi novel with somebody. Who was it? James Patterson. Like, there's no way Mr. Beast is writing a single word for that novel, right? There's no shot. It feels more like James Patterson is writing a book that'll have a Mr. Beast adjacent character and using his likeness. Because there's no way he's working on it, like actually writing for it. Mr. Beast was in Kung Fu Panda 4? Was he? I didn't watch it. That's crazy. Yeah, the One Piece live action was actually good. You can shit on it all you want. I thought it was actually really enjoyable. I expected that to be irredeemable dog shit. I ended up really having a fun time watching the One Piece live action. Damn American consumer enjoying slop unimaginable. You almost typed that sentence correctly. Yeah, you're so much more refined than me. Everything I don't like is slop. Brother, it's fine to dislike it, man. That doesn't make you superior. You can 100% keep enjoying the One Piece anime and manga. Well, actually, you probably hate the anime, too. If you're a real One Piece fan, you have to hate the anime. You can enjoy the manga till the fucking cows come home, man. Favorite Assassin's Creed game? 2. That was the last one I really enjoyed. I didn't even like Black Flag as much as everyone else did, but I did like it. I still thought it was good. I just didn't go crazy like everyone else did. I have not liked Assassin's Creed as a franchise in so many years. Replayed the original not too long ago. They're not that different from modern day Assassin's Creed games. I believe you. I haven't played them since they came out. I bet if I went back and played Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, I probably wouldn't like it much now either. Which is why I don't. It's the story, they stop writing good stories. It's not even just that, man. I don't really get invested in the Assassin's Creed stories, true, but I just find it so boring. I just don't like anything about the formula. Are you happy Ghost of Yotei isn't a direct sequel to Tsushima? I never cared that much. I prefer direct sequels, but I'm never, like, super strongly opinionated on if it's like a prequel or like a spin-off. I do prefer if it's a direct sequel for the majority of projects, but I overall don't care that much. Do you ever watch the Assassin's Creed movie from 2016? Benedict Cumberbatch, right? Wasn't he there? Or no, it was Michael Fassbender. I still remember the trailer and everything. The same year that WoW movie came out. I didn't watch the WoW movie when it came out. I tried to watch it recently because it was on, I think it was on Netflix, I don't remember. But I tried to put it on. I was instantly bored. Like, I like World of Warcraft, mainly just raiding with friends, but I do like WoW. I didn't for the longest time, but I have over the last couple years since Dragonflight. So I tried watching the World of Warcraft movie. I was like, oh, this could probably be pretty cool now. Now I can appreciate it. God, that shit was lame.